Good day everyone, especially Mrs. Maribel Barrington. Today we will gonna discuss the report Chapter 7 Work Design and Measurement. I am Fredeline Bolyos.
Good day, everyone. I'm Dingdon. I am Casey.
I'm Camille Eritorado from BSEM 2D.
We will tackle the Chapter 7 entitled Work, Design, and Measurement, which cover the tools and techniques used to establish the time to specified task in a work setting. The importance of it is the continuous productivity improvement of human efforts to accomplish its goals. Job enlargement and job enrichment are the two basic approaches to job design. When we say job enlargement, it is a job approach where the number of tasks are raised, meaning the word itself enlargement, which is huge, wide, or any to define enlargement. For example, you are adding additional activities to an existing job. For example, again, an employee who will manage also her own planning, where this was formerly done by her manager.
Comparison basis for job enlargement and job enrichment. Goal for the job enlargement to make completing a redundant duty less boring. For the job enrichment to make the task more fascinating, demanding, and innovative. Result for the job enlargement, the result of the job enlargement could be positive as well as negative. For the job enrichment, the result of job enrichments is always positive. Additional skills. For the job enlargement, the additional skills is there is no requirement to add additional skills. For the job enrichment, additional skills are required for this job. Supervision. For the job enlargement, supervision is always required in job. Enlargement is quantity is preferred over quality. For the job enrichment, supervision is comparatively less and quality is preferred over quantity. Expansion. For the job enlargement, this is a horizontal expansion. However, for the job enrichment, there's a vertical expansion. Advantages of specializations. The biggest advantage of specialization is that it reduces the risk of error as the person who specializes is less likely to commit a mistake in doing a particular task than a non-specialized person doing the same task. For example, the advantages for management: first, simplifies training; second, high productivity; third, low wage cost. And for the four employees: first, low education and skills requirements; second, minimum responsibility; and the last is little mental effort needed. And for the disadvantages for management: first and last, difficult to motivate quality; and for the employees: first, monotonous work; and last, limited opportunities for advancement. Behavioral approaches to job design. This approaches considers behavioral factors in job design, employee needs in terms of autonomy, variety, task identify, task significance, and feedback are considered. The methods are job enlargement, giving a worker large position of the total task by horizontal doing, and job rotation, worker periodically exchange jobs, and loss, job enrichment, increasing responsibility for planning and coordinator tasks by vertical loading. The empathy of working condition of job design. Motivation, first, is a key factor in many aspects of work life. Second, influences quality and productivity. Third, contributes to the worker environment. And last, trust is an important factor that affects motivation. And for the teams takes variety of forms. Short-term team, formed to collaborate on topic and solve a problem. Long-term team, self-directed teams, and group empowered to make certain changes in there. Compensation. It is important for organization to develop suitable compensation plans for their employees. Compensations approaches: first, time-based system, output-based system, incentive system, and knowledge-based system. Compensation system. Time-based system is compensation based on time an employee has worked during the pay period. Output-based or incentive system, compensation based on amount of output an employee produced during the pay period. Teams. Benefits of teams. First, higher quality, higher productivity, and last, greater worker satisfaction. Team problems. Some managers feel threatened, conflicts between team members, and quality of work life affects not only worker overall sense of well-being and contentment, but also their productivity. Important aspects of quality of work life. First, how a worker gets along with coworker, quality of management, working conditions and compensation. Basic steps in a time study. First, define the task to be studied and inform the worker who will be studied. Second, determine the number of cycles to be observed. Third, time the job and rate the worker's performance. And last is compute the standard time.
This time, I will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of time-based and output-based pay system. So, for the time-based advantages, for the management, we have stable labor cost, easy to administer, simple compute pay, and stable output. For the workers, also have a stable pay. Second, less pressure to produce than under output system. Well, time-based can have disadvantages, of course, such no incentive for workers and their extra efforts can't be rewarded, which means their overtime won't be paid by the management. This could be considered as your personal job contribution. Then, when we talk about output-based pay system advantages, meaning pay related to efforts of a workers comparing to time-based, extra efforts can't be rewarded, but in the output pays can be more extras, more earnings. You can have opportunity to earn more. So for our next discussion will be the method analysis that can be used where job design represents the structure of the job that guides for the operations activities. It involves the detailed process of doing a particular job. We are analyzing the operations, gather all the important informations of the operations including materials, procedures, and etc. Every step should be analyzed carefully before it should be proposed. For example, surveys, interview, observations, and experiments. You have the guide or method rather of collecting data. Let's say, for example, in our owner of the company. So next is your guidelines for selecting a job to study, have a high labor content, are unsafe, unpleasant, in short, quality problem. This is for you to be able to analyze what job is that, what job it is you are entering to study for. Next is the four commonly used techniques for motion study. First is the standard time, the amount of time to complete a specified task. For example, is an employee given standard time is only 8 hours of working in a day. Holidays, overtime, and etc. can't be included. For our next discussion will be the work measurement techniques. First is the stopwatch time study, used to develop a time base of one worker taking over the time. For example, a structured process directly observing and measuring work using a timing device, making sure the time required are followed. It measures the time taken by an operator to complete the work rather. So, the difference between work sampling and stopwatch time study are their advantages and disadvantages, which contains first, making results less acceptable to short-term situations and means less fluctuate, less irregular payment, no changes will cause throughout the year. And last but not the least, no timing device is required, no other standard time method to be used. There is freedom. It is well suited for non-repetitive tasks.